watch and learn. This is the jar opener. Wait for it. Wait for it. Once you use, watch this. Ready? It's gonna pop that jar open. It's automatic. It just has to grab. Watch.
Pop.
Oh my gosh. Absolutely zero effort on your part. It makes opening those tight sealed jars and those canned goods that you know you're usually cranking with a can opener. The can opener is automatic too, and even the can opener, which is right here, it's rechargeable, so you never have to worry about buying batteries. You're getting for the first time ever, and this is a huge customer pick, an absolute customer favorite, one of the best-selling gadgets from Kitchen HQ ever, and you're getting now for the first time the brand new jar opener. And both of them come with separate boxes. So you've got 2 gifts to give, 2 gifts to keep, to give later. But all I can say is that you are going to be so glad you have these. They, long ago are the days that you're cranking on jars. They're just really sealed so tight, it's impossible. Let me show you the colors and then we'll show you more demos because it's just fascinating to watch this in action. We have black, we have white, we have them in red. And again, you're getting both of these for under $30, 15 bucks a pop. It's a great value. Rose, teal, sage. Down below, we've got them in the black marble. We also have it in white marble. We have rose camo, which is so fun. Then we have the tan leopard, as well as the white leopard. White leopard, we have 750 remaining for the whole rest of the day. So it's in the lead, it's the most limited, just heads up, you're not limited to just one choice. If you want multiples, today's the day to do it. This is the first time ever to do this, even the can opener as a Today Special. And there are literally over 1,500 customer reviews on hsn.com on just how much you love the automatic can opener. So with over 5,000 now spoken for, we're gonna get down to business to show you how easy life really can be in the kitchen.
So I mean, look, we've got this jar opener that for the first time from Kitchen HQ, no more knife, no more elastic, any size jar, big, small, mayonnaise, peanut butter, glass, canning jars, it works the exact same. Put the Kitchen HQ jar opener on top. The first 2 little arms get that lid, and the bottom arms get that jar. Any size jar, weird shaped jars, I'm gonna show you. And then it automatically, pop, takes the lid right off. You're not wrestling, you're not using a knife, you're not using anything. Check this jar out. Here's a little odd shaped little jar that we have here, and it's even got that label on there. And watch this, all you do, any size jar, you put the Kitchen HQ jar opener on, press the button. And here's what I'm talking about. The magic 2 arms get the lid, get this weirdly shaped jar, and even though it's sealed with a label, it rips right through the label. Any jar will open, and you hear that magical pop. And Callie and I talked about it last hour as well. It's not just that first magical open. Think about sugary foods like jam or bouillon. Reopening, barbecue sauces, whatever, where it's hard to reopen. That's almost harder than the first open where it's caked on. It's gonna open those as well.
And we can show you time and time again. Look at all the different sizes, from jellies and jams to sauces to, you know, your favorite condiments, to mayo jars, to olives, and all the things. And then we'll move over to the cans to show, or the jars, I'm sorry, cans, to show you how easy the automatic can opener works as well. But I just love this jar opener because
it's so cool. And also, any kitchen on earth, look at this. It does it by itself. I took my hands off of it and pop, a sticky jam. First open, second open, any open. You're never wrestling with a knife, with an elastic band, ever again. And you know, we talked about it last hour, Callie, and this is why I think so many people gravitated towards it. It doesn't matter what style of cooking you do. You have jars and you have cans, and you don't have to wrestle ever again.
So you set it in place?
Set it in place.
And watch. This is me. You don't have to be a professional chef. It's just gonna make its way all around that top. And I'm gonna show you what is so cool, and my favorite aspect of this, because I know we've all used this. Those, you know, obviously, I mean, it hurts my hand just to even think about it. But these cut the lid at the top, and then that lid sinks into, if there's juice. There's stuff on the top of lids that are sitting in grocery store shelves and warehouses. I don't want that inside of my food. But now watch.
It came out, look.
It came off. There's a magnet that takes the lid off, and watch this. There's no sharp edges.
Zero sharp edges.
Not there and not here. Isn't that amazing? It's one of the many things you love about this product.
That was so funny because you almost didn't know that it came off. It was so easy. You were like, wait a second.
Yeah.
That's right. The little magnet grips itself to the top of the can and then just takes the lid off. If you've ever wrestled with a jagged edge, you will never do that again. This goes around the can and then takes that lid right off cleanly, easily, safely. You're not wrestling. The old school can opener goes into your food. That's why it got rusty. And then you have to wrestle off that last little bit and rip off a lid and cut your finger. Here, you never have to do that again. It's totally smooth, and actually it's a great way to reseal. So if only you use a little bit of tomato paste, pop that right back on, and off you go. Any size can, by the way. A tuna can, a big can of artichokes works the exact same way, and that magnet, see?
Oh yeah.
Just takes that lid right off. Isn't that
I've been
amazing?
wanting some beans. Here's a little jar,
Here.
a little can.
Put it here, I'll do it. Might take me a while, but I won't have to fight with it. I love showing different sizes. It just goes all the way around.
You literally just set that on top.
Yep.
If you didn't see this, but he set that on, turn the button or push the button.
And goes all the way around, and it does it the same way. By the time it's done, it's a long journey. Large cans, small cans, medium-sized cans. I love showing even little cans of tomato paste. It works the same way. It's going around your food. Let it continue its journey. It's going around the food, not in. The old school can opener went in and rusted, and then you got to wrestle with a jagged edge. That is not happening here. You're one-touching it, going around, and then off you go. Now, by the way, I love doing this with tuna cans, with tomato paste cans. Any can works the exact same way by going around, and then look at this. I know this scares people when I do it, but it's not an old school can opener that leaves a jagged edge. It's completely smooth, so that you don't have to worry about ripping anything off. You don't worry about cutting your finger. You don't worry about any of that. You don't wrestle with that final cut. So this is why this has been a customer pick here at HSN. I know, take it. This is a large can.
Well, I'm going to show you. It's almost done because it's going to make its way full circle.
But this is why people love it, because it's been a problem forever. You know, the first item ever sold was this on HSN, right?
So funny.
And that was what, 40 years ago?
46, I think, this year. 45 or 46 years
How
ago.
has no one thought of a better can opener till now?
Right?
One touch.
That's what I was.
It's USB.
I'm like, I wish I would have thought of this.
And it's USB chargeable. Oh, it didn't go all the way around. Hold on,
there
let
you
it
go.
keep going. But you can see it works the exact same way with any size can, and that magnet lifts off that lid nice and safely.
Look at that.
Right? Isn't that magical? And you don't have to worry. Now, this is why it's been a customer pick forever, and people love it, and whenever we have them in stock, they fly. But for the first time, we've now got the jar opener. And jars, like cans, have been a pain to open forever. And here, same idea. You press the button once, let it get its lid, let it get the body of the jar, and then take your hand off and let it do its magic. Any kind of jar, any kind of lid.
Now we're both hands free.
We're both hands free.
Neither of us are touching either one of them. Watch this.
Look, hands up. I don't want to be in trouble. There's cans opening over here. Jars are opening over here. Popping is happening over here.
Ready?
What have I done? There, that one's done.
This one's done. The magnet.
Get the magnet going.
There it is.
There it is.
Not sharp, not sharp. This didn't drop into my tomato. I love making this into a queso.
I love doing that. And you know what? It doesn't rust. This is why the old school can opener rusts by going into the can and you're wrestling.
So this is in action, both of them. And I will repeat, you get both.
Yes.
This isn't buy one, get one at a discount. This is buy one, almost get the other one free. Because this is the first time we've ever done even the auto can opener as a Today Special. And this is brand new to offer that jar opener. It's included, and not only that, 2 separate boxes and all kinds of beautiful color choices, which makes it so much fun. Because everybody's gonna love this. It's gonna be one of those conversation pieces, you know, like, oh wait, and people are gonna fight over who gets to open the jars now instead of argue who has to. So as you're watching and learning, there's very little learning curve, I will say that. And I do wanna encourage you to pick this up tonight, because as this day goes on, knowing that we're at almost 5,500 gone, in the first airing, these are really selling quickly. It's a great Today Special, I have to say. So choose your color. Black is hugely popular. White, I love, that's available. We have red, this is the second most popular. The rose is a beautiful, soft, beautiful like a rose gold. The teal is extremely popular. One of our most popular colors tonight. Sage green is really pretty. We've been using that one over there. Down below, we've got black marble. We have white marble. It comes in rose camo down there. We have the tan leopard, and we have it in the white leopard. White leopard, we're down to about less than 700 now to go around in this color, meaning if you want it at all, get it tonight before you fall asleep, because by tomorrow, I can't guarantee any or all of these colors will be there. And I'm certain we're gonna have very few by the time I see you in the kitchen tomorrow night for my cooking show. So let's get back to opening some jars and cans.
I mean, it's just so much fun to show because this is something that used to be such a pain for everyone in the kitchen, no matter what you cook. Everyone's got jars and cans, and now it's easy. Get those two little hands to grip the lid, and then those two bottom hands to grip the jar. Any size jar. Once they're on, you could take your hand off, and then you hear that magical pop. And you don't wrestle with a knife. Look at that. You don't wrestle with elastic. You don't beg your partner for help, and your partner can't do it. Trust me, I've been that partner. And you say, what am I doing? Why do I do all these push-ups? I can't open this thing.
Some things just can't be opened without a little help. And this is the help.
I love hearing that pop. And Callan, we talked about it last hour. It's not just the first open. When you really make things super tight and want to keep them fresh in your fridge, it's the second open that's hard and the third open that's hard. Think about jams and bouillons, sticky things, barbecue sauces, all those things that are super hard to open on the multiple opens after. You don't have to fight anymore. Every kitchen needs one of these. And again, that's why I think people are really loving them so far, because it solves a real world problem.
And you know what I'm excited about is that we're doing both of them together. It's not like, oh, we're doing the auto can opener because I know you love that. And then the jar opener is at full price. We've bundled it together to give you the better value. And I know it's one of those things, as I said at the beginning, you don't want these, you need these. We need them because you're gonna use, how many times do you open a jar or a can? Every single day, probably. Pop.
Isn't that fun to watch? I love that also it comes in a 2-pack, and each one of these, Callie, comes in its own separate box. Why is that important? If you're one of the thousands of people that pick this as a customer pick, you might already have this. Pick up a jar opener and gift the can opener. Or save up on those gifts now while you can, because everybody needs these. And it's easy.
Watch that. I touched one little button.
My
hands are right here. Hands free.
Oh, your nails match.
They kind of do.
There you go.
I did that on purpose.
Sure you
did
not. It's fun to watch. It's
really
better
is.
than wrestling like this, right? And that is going around the can, not into the can. Again, we all have had that rusty old can opener. It's rusty because it's penetrating inside the food.
Look.
It finishes its journey.
Ready?
Now that lid.
Let me shoot. I'm learning how to get that.
There you go. You got it.
How to get that magnet.
The lid takes that lid right off. The magnet takes the lid right off. Once it finishes its journey around your can, you just let the magnet do the work to take the lid off. You know, the old school can opener, you know when you got the dangler? And you've got to rip the dangler and then rip your finger? Never again because of that magnet.
It's so dangerous. I'll say again, that is one of my favorite parts of this. It makes it so easy versus this option.
And safe.
But then there's nothing here that's gonna cut. It's not the razor edge that other can openers open. They open it differently. This one opens under the lid, not on top of the lid, for the lid to fall into the can. So again, I don't wanna know what rodents have been crawling over the tops of canned goods in warehouses, especially knowing it just fell into the top of my, refried beans. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you, that's why it goes around the can. Totally easy, one touch. And again, I love showing the versatility of the cans. A small tomato paste can or tuna can, a big can, a medium-sized can. It really doesn't matter. It works the exact same way by traveling around that can. This is why it's been a customer pick forever. Whenever we get these in, people love them. And the fact that we're combining it with that magic jar opener is totally cool because it solves two problems. They come in 2 boxes. They're awesome.
Another reason we maybe get a couple of them is that obviously, your kitchen, maybe you've got an RV, maybe you've got a boat, maybe you've got a cabin, maybe you're going on vacation, you want to, go camping and all of those things. It does kind of make sense to have multiples of these. And especially as I think about gifts. I'm a practical gift giver. And I know it's June tomorrow, but before you know it, the holidays are gonna be here. Tuck these away on a little shelf. by the time holidays run around, you're gonna be like so in love with yours that you're just gonna be thrilled to give this to somebody else.
It's fun every single time to hear that pop, right?
It doesn't
Because it's
bolt.
like a little magic trick. We've all been there with the knife, with the elastic, calling for help. We've got our independence back in the kitchen.
Gosh.
You can open any jar, any can, anytime.
There's
and when
nothing worse than like, oh, honey, I got that. Let me give it a try. I can get it. And then, oh my gosh,
and you don't got it.
and
It's bad.
you don't. And it's, it's very natural to not be able to, like the tight seals are pretty intense.
Yeah.
Depending on what you're getting, but I think it's really cool too that you can do any shape jar. Look at this.
And any shaped jar. This is why I love to show this one off
Yeah.
as well. Even if it's sealed with a little sticker, any weirdly shaped jar, it doesn't matter. It'll grab the top of the lid. It'll grab the odd shape of the jar. Once you've got the lid and the jar gripped, you could take your finger right off and let the machine do its magic, and it will rip any jar, any lid, no worries. If you're into canning, look at that. Rips off that little lid right away. Easy. Even the sticker comes off, which is super, super cool, right? So any size jar, if you're into canning, tomato sauces,
Yeah.
small lids, they work the same way. The two handles come on the top and then on the bottom, and then they release any size jar.
I mean, we all have dexterity issues,
Yeah.
at any age. Certain jars, those lids over here, some are just so small that you can't really get a good grip.
Yeah.
We all have been there, the capers, the cocktail sauce,
Yeah.
the horseradish sauce, all the things that have those really tight seals for obvious reasons. They don't want to be, air, ingested into those, and that's why you have to reseal them tightly as well. But now
Yeah.
you can unseal it just as easily as, well, watch this.
Now this one I like to show because it's a bit of a longer journey, but even a small, and sometimes the smaller lids are harder to open because you can't get that grip. But even a tiny little lid like this, look, the two arms get the lid, the bottom two arms are gonna get this weirdly shaped neck of the bottle. It doesn't matter what shape it is, even these weird shapes. And watch, once you got the grip, listen to this.
There it goes.
Right? Pop.
Ah!
You can't fake that pop. That's the real deal. That's how you know it's fresh.
Yep.
And it will do any size jar, canning lids, these lids, jam lids, bouillon lids, the stickiest lids. You don't have to wrestle anymore.
You told me a story about your neighbor, and
Yes.
I just thought about a neighbor of mine,
My neighbor
Judy.
Steve. Hi, Steve.
Oh, your neighbor Steve, my neighbor Judy. My neighbor Judy just lost her husband unexpectedly less than a year ago, and we go to lunch every once in a while because my heart just breaks for her. She's
Yeah.
in her 70s,
Yeah.
and I know she's probably used to calling for Dick for all
Sure.
the things that, and now she's on her own.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she needs something like this, but more than likely, I mean, I feel like we all do.
I think we all do, to be honest, but that's a really thoughtful gift.
Right?
Because look, we all want to keep our independence in the kitchen. And you're right, a lot of us have dexterity issues. Opening a fresh jar of anything is really hard until now. We've taken that problem away of your life. You press the button and let it do its thing.
Good sound effect
Thank
there.
you. I've
wow.
been practicing that. Right?
How do you do it?
Well, I've been listening to all these open. It's the same idea. Put it on top.
Wow.
Get the lid. And again, those two little arms grab the lid, then the two bottom arms grab the jar. And I like showing all these different sizes. And by the way, we talked about it, not just the first open. Every open after the fact. You want to tighten your jam nice and tight so it stays fresh. But then it's hard to open the second time, the third time, the fourth time. Here, pop. Any time is easy. You never have to wrestle with the jar again. No knife. No elastic band. Don't bang your jar. Don't do that.
Jars break.
This is
That's
the way to
happened
do
too.
it. My mother-in-law takes a knife and stabs the jar. I'm like, it's please.
Oh, I know what she does.
You know
She
the
takes
stab?
the back of the, yeah. Well, we've all had, little whatever wives' tales. This works better than any of them combined. We just passed 6,000 sold. Officially.
That's
and there's
great.
a ton, even though it's pretty late on this coast, a lot of you are in the process of making your color selections. We have 12, some beautiful solids, fabulous prints for the first time ever. So have at it. And again, I'll say it, don't go to sleep until you at least place one order, because if you wait, you do just run the risk of it not being available later on in the day. Knowing this is the first time ever to offer this as a today's special, the ever so popular can opener itself with 1,500 5-star reviews. And then for the first time ever, adding that jar opener and then making it a duo. as a today's special. This is just a happy
great.
day. You know, I wonder if we cook more with jars and cans in the summer than in the winter. No, it's probably all year.
I think it's a year-round thing.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
do
look,
too.
I personally use tomato paste a lot, tuna a lot,
Yeah.
canned artichokes I love, but this is what I mean, and I think this is why people really gravitate towards this. It doesn't matter what you cook.
No.
Any style of cooking, every kitchen is stocked with jars and cans and bottles. And now we've taken out the trouble affiliated with opening all those things. It's a headache removed from all aspects of any kitchen.
Honestly, my hand
Look at
still
that.
hurts thinking about, you know, trying to uncork or unpop one of those jars that we just did. Like, how many have we just opened in the last 10 minutes?
Yeah,
A lot.
yeah.
And that's the thing, you know, I think about people that work in the food industry, maybe people that help with the homeless shelters, and
Sure.
you're doing massive amounts of food
Yeah,
like you do in the
absolutely.
kitchens, in commercial kitchens. When you're doing a lot of opening, boy, is this going to be like even a bigger lifesaver. But even if it's just
Yeah.
one can,
Yep.
one time,
Yep.
every other week, it's just like, oh yeah, that gadget I got from Kitchen HQ. You got it, and it's on its way. Thank you so much for your orders. I'm gonna open a can of, let's see,
And
do I
you know
got?
what? What do you
Peas.
got there? Bees. Look, you're gonna use it every day. Throw it in your drawer, whether it's the can opener or the jar opener. It really becomes that daily item. And again, all you do while that can opener goes all the way around, check out this jar opener. Those two top arms, grab the lid, any size jar, small, big, medium, large, works the same way. And then those bottom hands grab the jar, pop, done. You're not
That was fast.
wrestling. That was a fast one. You're not wrestling with a
need
jar. Martini, please. Martini.
Oh my gosh, that was good.
Right?
Would have been
the
better in a
first
martini.
and the second and the third. I kept saying it last hour, and I really mean it. It's not just the first pop.
Oh.
When you have something sticky like jam that gets really hard in the fridge, it's that second open and the third open and the fourth open, and it works the exact same way.
I'm excited. This is a great Today Special. Just so timely. I mean, it's just one of those, that makes sense. Like I
Yeah.
said, I wish I would have thought of this alone. Did you see how small this is? Remember in the olden days when can openers used to have to be plugged into an outlet and they were
Yep.
like on a complete appliance on your kitchen countertop? This is already taken up with
Yeah, yeah,
everything
yeah.
else.
And then you won't use
This
it.
is so small, it just fits into a little drawer.
And that charge, Callie, on the back, if you show that charge, this is a USB-C charge. So that's pretty much a universal charger. I use the same USB-C for my phone, for my laptop. So you're gonna have these chargers kicking around. Now it comes with its own charger, don't get me wrong, but it's not like you're getting this weirdly shaped charger. It's a standard USB-C.
point.
It lasts forever, so you're gonna open, I think, like 60 cans.
60 at least cans.
And then
Again,
you charge it up again, no big deal, right?
this you could probably open 200
I've been
jars.
opening for 2 hours.
We even give you the batteries. It takes 2 AA batteries. We give you that. We give you the cable to charge your other can opener. So yeah, enjoy it. That teal color, wow, it
It's a
is
beautiful
pretty,
color.
and it is one of the best-selling colors tonight.
So watch, Callie, you got the bottom hands grip the jar, the top hands have gripped the lid, you can let go, take a step back, pop. It does it for you. You don't have to wrestle. You heard that pop. You don't have to wrestle with a knife, with an elastic band. You don't need to ask around for help. You can
Yeah.
open any jar, big, medium, small, weirdly shaped jars with paper lids and seals. Pop right open, even off the seal. They all work the same, even
about-
small lids.
What about that plastic top?
The
Is that a
plastic
mayo?
tops, mayo, peanut butter, they all work the same. And I even said with peanut butter, it's almost the worst reopener because that peanut butter gets into those grooves and it becomes super hard to open. So at home, I use mine to reopen peanut butter, to reopen jams. We talked about it last hour.
With the bouillons,
My
yeah.
favorite bouillon.
Mine too.
Sometimes that gets really sticky. Like, look, this has actually already been opened and it's already
Sticky.
hard to open, right? That's the jam
That
that
is,
opened.
that is the nature of that particular product.
And
I have,
that's the nature of that product.
I have
so,
like every type that they make. From,
I love that bouillon.
Oh, me too.
But
Chicken
you can
to
see,
beef to
look,
vegetable to
sometimes
onion.
it's for the multiple opens. It's not just the first one that's really fun. It's throughout your week when you reach for that bouillon or that jam or that peanut butter, any size jar, any type of lid. And notice, Callie, these are all different styles of lids, too. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
It's going to grip it and pop it right open. First time, second time, third time, fifth time, till you're done that jar. You're never going to have to wrestle again with a knife, with an elastic band, with anything. And look, my hands are not on the unit. I'm not fighting it. I'm not holding it in place. I just put it on top, make sure that it gets the lid and gets the jar, and then hands off, let
You know
it do
what I
its
just
thing.
realized? This is the worst thing to admit. I have a knife, it's a paring knife at home.
Yeah.
That Once upon a time, I might have tried to open a jar with it, and there's no point on the knife anymore.
I know where this is going.
Oh my gosh, I just realized that is so embarrassing. But at the time, there wasn't a jar opener like this.
There you go.
That's all I had to work with. Couldn't get the darn thing open.
And we've all jammed the knife with it. We've all tried the elastic. The elastic for me has never worked.
No, me
frankly.
either. Oh, yeah, the big wide
You
elastic.
put the wide elastic, that never works. This works on small lids, big lids, medium-sized lids, hot sauce, barbecue sauces. There's the peanut butter reopening. All those tricky jars, not just the first time, but multiple times after the fact. That problem is now removed from your kitchen life.
It's such a cool design.
It's amazing.
These little rubber guards or guides are what really attach to the top lid and then the jar itself, so it gives you that much more torque. You push this until you see those little guys have reached your place of position.
Reach their destination.
That's right. And then hands-free.
And hands-free.
Pop.
Pop. Let them pop off, the small ones, the big ones, the medium ones, the oddly shaped jars, the large jars. If you're into canning, the canning lids, all those different things are gonna work, and you don't have to wrestle. And then, of course, we've got our customer pick, the famous can opener with the magnet going around your can. And then once it's done, you lift off that lid, and it's a totally smooth edge. You'll never cut yourself again.
That still amazes me. Still amazes me.
It's amazing.
I'm so glad you're getting this. 6,400 almost spoken for. A lot of people still ordering, and we do have all 12 colors at this point. Item is 856489. It's just a great set of gadgets. I'm gonna step out and I wanna show you something because I'm wearing this very bright and fun, colorful dress from Anthony, and I wanted to give everybody a chance to pick it up if you're interested. This is